everyone, Shattered Friend Gaming here, and welcome to my new and improved attempt at YouTube. Now, some of you might be wondering, new and improved, what do you mean? You don't have any content on YouTube. And you're correct! But this isn't my first account, nor is this my first time posting content on YouTube. This just happens to be the channel that I've taken my years of accumulated knowledge and started to distill it in practice. I just want to take a small amount of time to address this before I get to the nitty-gritty of what I'm going to be discussing, which is life lessons. My other attempts at YouTube are still up on YouTube, but I'm not going to tell you guys what they are or where they are at. I'm just going to let the more adventurous ones of you find it on your own. Though onto the content of this channel, episode. On a side note, this channel is about multiple things. Primary focus is giving life lessons on how to better yourself, prepare yourself, and just help you guys and girls with life. Also, don't forget about games, because who doesn't like gaming? And what kind of gaming channel would this be without games? I just don't see this kind of self-preparation on YouTube really, at least for gameplay channels. Which makes sense, but I find it underappreciated as many of these channels have major influences with today's younger generations. The reason I'm thinking like this is because the major demographic of YouTube gaming channels are young kids/adults. Some of you might get these talks from your parents, but I'm willing to bet that the majority of you won't get these talks. So I'm here to help fill in the gaps. Though I am not a substitute for your parents, I strongly urge you to try to talk to your parents and learn from them, because they should be the ones who address this. But that can be hard for some parents because they may not have these talks as themselves young kids or adults, and don't know how to approach this subject as their parents never talked to them about it. But enough of that, let's get to the content that you all came here to hear about. So the gameplay in the background just happens to be there for visual relief. This is my first attempt at playing Battlefield 1 around there. It's not exactly first, but it is early gameplay footage of my career, and that's why it sucks and isn't super epic awesomeness. But that is besides the point. I just briefly want to touch on that. Today's life lesson is over responsibilities, which almost everyone hates. At least everyone I know hates being responsible, which I just realized is why I'm currently in the dumps, so to speak. So you're not alone in the epic quest of becoming more responsible in general adulting. I myself struggle with being more responsible. An example I can give you, as of writing this, is that last Saturday night, I chipped a filling on my tooth. If you don't know what a filling is, it is what a dentist puts on a chipped tooth or in holes to keep it more natural, instead of just completely replacing the darn thing. The story goes that I was with friends, and we were eating at Golden Corral, which if you have one, you know what it is. If you don't have one, a Golden Corral is it just is an all-you-can-eat buffet. I happened to be dining on some baby back ribs when the next thing I know is that my tooth felt jagged. It just didn't feel right. And it's hard to describe, so sorry if that doesn't make sense. Though I will try my best to describe it now. For me, it felt like my whole tooth was there, but I happened to be missing about half of the tooth layer. Almost as if I bit down hard on something, my tooth would snap. Good news is, I did get to the dentist and I will be getting it fixed on Monday. At least, hopefully. Anyways, back to the story. I felt part of my tooth was missing, and when I looked down at my food, I noticed my filling was in my potatoes. I had some poultry gravy on it. That's how I could see the white on white. But needless to say, I was actually pretty mad. But that's what I get for not taking, and here's our key word again, responsibility in maintaining regular dental checkups. I bet if I did, I wouldn't be in this situation that I happen to find myself in currently. I'm lucky that my tooth isn't hurting right now, as heat and cold doesn't seem to be bothering it that much, which is good news because that means the nerves in the tooth aren't exposed. Another lesson in responsibility from my life is that there's a recall on my car regarding the driver airbags, and I haven't done anything about it to fix the problem. Yeah, so that's extremely intelligent. So let's just say I get in a wreck, which almost happened that same Saturday night, but earlier. But I'll come back to the story here in a second. I'm screwed! The recall has to deal with the fact that driver's side airbags don't deploy when it should. and that the seatbelt locking mechanism can also fail. So if I got in that crash and I would be seriously injured, or worst case, at the point of writing this, best case, dead. This side note here, I'm kind of in the slumps, which is an amazing way to start talking to people about maintaining a healthy life, by the way. That's why I added the best case there. So yeah, just know that feeling down is natural, and it doesn't change the fact that you need to do something about it. Again, going back to our keyword here, responsibility, which just happens to be a theme here, almost as if the whole video is about that keyword. Which, side note, it totally is. That's why I have it in like the first paragraph of my script writing it. I hope I'm making my point here for those of you who need this point. And you know who you are. You need to have this lesson beaten into you. Back to the story. It's sad I actually believe that. Because life is so wonderful with all this crazy, wacky stuff that happens from day to day. Like, flowers blooming, or seeing a rainstorm, or whatever you find absolutely beautiful in this wide world of ours that just is brimming with life and against all odds somehow succeeded in surviving. But life is also pretty dark and can be quite sad, like what my friend is going through, and I just won't say what is happening to him yet. I'm going to ask for his permission to share his story, and then I'll incorporate it in some other video. But anyways, back to keeping things semi-light and humorous, and going back to me also being in a crash that day. This idiot, who I happened to be following when I got to the city that my friend lives in, just to hang out with them, because, we like to hang out and maintain healthy connections, goes down the street that I know leads to my friend's house, just a different route from the one I'm taking, and I start thinking to myself, I wonder if I'll catch up with him going where I'm going, or if we'll miss each other completely. I like to do that just to see if I can predict where people are going to go, but I happen to have lost track of him, as he didn't take the street I thought he was going to take. So I thought that was that. I'll never see this guy again. And as I am literally outside my friend's house and about to turn the corner and park, the same idiot that I tried predicting where he was going to go happens to be on the same side of the street that I'm driving on. Wow! He's on his cell phone! So I slam on my brakes, and this guy's family must have finally got him off his phone, which is, again, another extremely way to be responsible, is he had his wife and 2 kids in the car with him at the time, while he's texting and driving, or whatever he was doing on his phone. Just absolutely dad of the year. But anyways, he almost hits me in a head-on collision. But he swerves at the last moment, and he almost hits the cars parked on either side of us. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled about the whole thing, and I just was staring daggers at this guy while he's driving by. So I turn the corner and park and head up to my friend's house. Another side note here is that the defect is in my car, it specifies that it comes from head-on collisions, but the airbag won't deploy. Yeah, so I would have been screwed. So the lesson here is take initiative, get stuff done before it becomes a problem. Like that cough you seem to be having, and you just can't shake it just yet, or you've been trying to shake it for like 3 weeks. Go to the doctor. That could be some serious illness. I'm not a medical professional, so I can't tell you what that might be. Or that splitting headache, go get it checked out if you had it for multiple days. Squeaky brakes, get it checked out. That can be the sign your brakes are going out. Granted, this episode is directed at the young adults and kids of today's age, who either has medical plans or dental plans through their work or family, and for those of you who don't have the luxury to have those plans, I'll be covering a separate video about finances and why it's important to start saving money. And if you happen to be lucky enough to still be young enough to have mom and dad do everything for you, try to learn this lesson about saving finances, which is just a term for money, sooner rather than later. Because the only one who's going to be affected by the lack of responsibility is you. With that, everyone, this is Shatterfriend Gaming bringing you a life lesson. Please take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Also, if you did happen to find this video helpful or entertaining, please consider telling a friend, because word of mouth is the best compliment I can get and it'll help us grow in the channel. P.S. If you happen to have any criticism, please address it in the video below. But be respectful about it, because there's a fine line between criticism and hate. And I'll do my best to address and consider all you have to criticize. Also, if you just want to tell me how good I'm doing, or how good I will do, since this is my first episode and I shouldn't be stroking my ego just yet, please leave it in the comments below. And I'll make sure to get back to as many of you as possible. With me being a small channel right now, I'm hoping that, and I don't even know why I'm saying I'm hoping, I can get back to all of you. But with that being said, I ran out of script. We still got about 4 minutes of gameplay left. I mean, I can give you plenty of other examples about responsibility and why you need to take initiative and just get it done. I can even give you examples in my, in my life about friends who need to get it done. But I don't know. Like, it's just weird when you think about it, especially with today's day and age. Not everyone takes responsibility. And like I said, the only ones who are going to be affected in the end are you. But enough of that, guys. This has been Shattered Friend Gaming. And this last, 2 minutes I've been completely off script. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of the video. Like I said, this video isn't that great, but hey, I got better video in the future. And I do plan on uploading COD World War II Zombies once it comes out. I probably won't do life lessons over that because, I'm super excited for that game mode. I just got IW Zombies and I've been loving it. I can't do any of the Easter eggs because, I'm a complete scrub of the game, but still, I've just been loving it. It's so much more fun than Black Ops 3 Zombies, at least in my opinion. I love Treyarch Zombies, but they dropped the ball with that whole entire progression system. But anyways, guys, this has been Shattered Friend Gaming, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.
Thank you. First aid. Use that first aid.
Capture that objective!
First aid. You're injured, I can help. First aid, take it.